So Founders First is a craft beverage accelerator, and we invest in early to mid-stage brewers, distillers, and really help fuel their growth. We invest alongside the founders to really help support them delivering their dream. So to date, we've fairly rapidly in the last 12 months moved from an investment in one business, Jetty Road, which was our maiden voyage, into now 9 businesses, being 6 breweries, a couple of distilleries and an alcoholic kombucha business. So well on the way, and Momentum is an export business that we've invested in as well. So a great opportunity to grow some of these brands, not just in Australia, but overseas as well. So what excites me most is 2 things. One is that we're backing founders and helping them be successful. And if we can do that, then we'll get an enormous amount of satisfaction out of that. So that'll be to our mutual benefit, obviously, and also for our shareholders. So if we can create some wonderful brands that the punters around Australia love, and offshore as well potentially, then that would be amazing. And then secondly, I guess we're just working in a category which is really exciting. It's a hot space, everyone's talking about craft, and it's not just beer, we're talking about craft spirits and then emerging categories as well. And everyone's wanted to own a pub at some stage, so you can get a share of a brew pub or a distillery venue through the Founders Network. More broadly, the beer market's a big market. It's a $4 billion market in Australia, so within that, craft beer is about 500 million. Craft beer is growing around 8% on a compound annual growth basis, and independent craft's actually growing at 1.5 times that at 12%. So a lot of growth in independent craft, and we see it's a very profitable segment, so we're keen to really be a part of that. And also within craft spirits, there's a lot of growth there, and we're really keen to explode that growth. And when we look at the US, which is probably the lead market, we're about 5 years behind that, so we see a lot of headroom for growth going forward. Yeah, so I guess we have 3 key pillars to value creation for our shareholders. So firstly, investing in these businesses. So we would see ourselves investing in potentially 12 to 15 craft businesses around Australia over the next couple of years. We're already at 9, so it's moving pretty quickly, but within that, 10 to 12 breweries around the country, half a dozen spirits businesses, and maybe a few other beverage categories as well. So we create value by building our investment and the value of the investment in those businesses. Once we've invested, we're happy to provide our sales and distribution capability and really help accelerate the growth of these businesses. So within that area, we charge a sales commission back to those businesses based on the net revenue that's generated. We effectively replace for these businesses their fixed cost of people on their P&L, and we take, we run the sales team from our side and look after the key accounts in the field, and we charge a percentage commission back to them. So that's how we generate revenue for us to cover the cost of our sales and marketing team over time. In addition to that, we're a great believer in the brew pub model, which means that we will help the businesses we invest in to find additional brew pubs. We'll help them operate them if they need to, if they need our help there, and JV, and have our own venues as well. So that's all in service of creating a great opportunity for the punters out there to experience these brands, form a greater connection with them and build the brands out. Yeah, so we've got a very passionate management team. Delighted to be in the business working alongside the 2 founders. So Stuart Morton, one of the co-founders. Stu helps with the business development and investment side, so great working with Stu. The other co-founder, Dan Wales, is now involved in the business, and he's running the marketing side to really help build these brands out in the market. In addition to working with the co-founders, we've got a great management team in there. So Cameron Buckland runs the sales side, ex-Dan Murphy's, ex-CUB, got a really good team underneath him that's out of really big liquor, so whether it's CUB, Lion, Mondelez, really great backgrounds in the team there. On the venues and hospitality side, we've got Ash Cranston, who's ex-Little Creatures and Furphy, and most recently working with Felons up in Brisbane. And then myself leading the business and leading the team, over 20 odd years experience in big beer, so 14 years with Lion, 7 years with CUB under Foster's, then SAB, Miller and ABI, all of which were great learning experiences, and also was CEO of the Port Adelaide Football Club, the Power, down in Adelaide for 3 years, so in between working for the opposition Brewers, so yeah, really enjoyed my time there as well. In regards to the use of funds, we've got a couple of deals that we're going to close out with that money, and then certainly focus on investing in these businesses that we've just closed out investments with, really fuel the growth, and we're going to build out a couple of the breweries as well, so invest back into Foghorn to expand their capability, invest back into Jetty Road down at Tremana and help bring some capability back in-house there, which would be terrific. And then really expand out our team more generally, and a couple of the brew pubs and venues that we've nailed a deal on, so we need to spend some money on those and help get them up and going. Beyond that, obviously build our team out so that we can deliver on our commitments to our partners, and we've got some good cash sitting there ready to place some new investments and form some new partnerships with some other brands and businesses out there that have been speaking to us in recent times.